Men are video gamers, girls are not. That simply is what it is. Girls sew pillows, men do not. If a game has men and woman, male, female as options for the characters, that's the game that you can take a look at. If it has pronouns and no genders, don't buy that game. Don't support bad fucking logic. Don't support bad fucking science. Don't support bad ideas. If you buy a game that does that, you are part of the problem. Oh wait, vein check. Looking good in the neighborhood. We got the appropriate attire for this appropriate ass video today, okay? Game fucking over. So, when I saw the trailer drop for Dragon Age, I knew one thing. That game was going to be DOA. Now, I'm not sure if EA makes it or if it's Ubisoft, one of those American companies. Here's the thing about video games in America. Any company that is published by a U.S. publisher, if you see the United States flag next to that company's name, they're going to be putting out garbage for the next 10 years. Now, it's getting a little better. You know, Xbox laid off their DEI squad, but that's just one step in a path that needs many to recover from where it was back in video games. Heyday, golden era, whatever you like to call it, the cream de la cream of the gaming times. And that has been gone for more than a decade now. So, here's the thing about Dragon Age. But first, let me just go and say what makes actually a good game. Well, we're not going to delve into that because you already know, but it needs to be geared towards its audience. Men are video gamers, girls are not. That simply is what it is. Girls sew pillows, men do not. You don't even need math for that, okay? You don't even need anecdotal evidence. You don't even need to know that there's a study done on it. All you need is common sense. Simple. Or if you look at a company that is also woke and can't do women justice at all in their games, Bethesda. But they did do one thing right, and that's with Doom. Out of all the companies in America, Bethesda with Doom is the only one to get shit right in ages. See, Bethesda understands that they can't put a good-looking girl in their game to save their lives. The people over at Bethesda couldn't put a good-looking girl in their games to save their children's lives. Facts. So what did they do with Doom? No girls. They're like, fuck it, we don't know how to make or design female characters in any way that does females any kind of justice to their wonderful physiques, or in a way that men would love. So, demons and manly men. That's it.
There is no chance that the subject is a demon. Maybe he is a god. Maybe he represents humankind's rage. Their will to persevere, to overcome that which would threaten our survival. I am a believer now. I feel it is in Doom that I have faith. For there is only one dominant life form in this universe, and it carries a steel-barreled sword of vengeance. All hail the coming of the Destroyer. The Slayer's time is now.
Kudos to Bethesda for knowing to stay in their lane. You just can't do any games that have any kinds of females in them, so you didn't. Now, if you look at Dragon Age, I guess a little sneak peek from woke-ass IGN over there with some chick who was horrible at the game, talking about the game. Big fucking surprise, right? Polygon died, so I guess IGN wants to rise up in their place. IGN's always been on the fence, right? But with Polygon, I guess, more or less out of the way, and sees that they need to take the throne as the woke gaming company to not go to. But anyways, so as you see in the trailer or whatever, the gameplay, the character creator has gender pronouns and bots that pops up telling you how it affects the game. So what's the first thing that you notice when you look at the character creator, besides the sliders that don't work to turn a stick figure female into an actual hot chick? Well, you notice the pronouns, you notice the actual lack of control you have over how you create your character. And of course, you notice that no matter what you do, you still end up with ugly chicks, chicks with no tits, and of course, a character creator that's, well, flawed from the beginning, from the portion where they ask you to pick pronouns and explain how it works. Don't buy that piece of shit game. You're going to be wasting your money on a franchise that's out the window. That's a dead franchise, and that's a dead publisher, and that's a dead studio. DED. Or should I say DEI? Whatever happened to just playing a fucking game? Having a man that looks like a man and a woman that looks like a woman, boy looks like a boy, girl looks like a girl. Whatever happened to that? When did you motherfuckers decide that you need to have ambiguous physiques or mislabeled physiques? Look, if a game has men and woman, male, female as options for their characters, that's the game that you can take a look at. If it has pronouns and no genders, don't buy that game. Don't support bad fucking logic. Don't support bad fucking science. Don't support bad ideas. If you buy a game that does that, you are part of the problem. Facts. It's that simple. It really is. And you can't argue against it. Is what it is, son. I mean, think about it. That's like donating directly to the Nazis and saying, hey, everybody needs to eat. I'm just trying to make sure they stay well fed. Just stop it. Okay? So, here's the thing. It didn't even stop there. Once you go into the character creator, they have these horrible ass sliders, right? And so, customize your character. These motherfuckers put in over 100 hairstyles, right? And then no character creator customization option for the physiques of your girls, right? You can't make their ass bigger. There's a slider for that. You crank the slider all the way up to maximum mass, smaller or larger, but it does nothing.
The options feel almost endless. There's even a glute slider. And yes, I gave my rook one hell of an ass.
Bro, there's high schoolers with bigger and better asses than that, okay? That's crazy. They don't know what a good ass looks like, obviously. Or maybe they just are into kids and that's what they've been modeling their characters after. That would be my next best guess. Because look at that body. That's not a body at all. That's horrible. So now that we understand that they don't want you playing as a man or a woman, they want you playing as some ambiguous character. I can't even call it a protagonist. A protagonist would have a gender. This is an object. You play as an ambiguous object through some failed storyline. And let me tell you, if they can't get the beginning of the game right with how a man looks and how a woman looks, then I can guarantee you the entire storyline, the writing, the gameplay, the I wanted to say the word adventure, but it's not an adventure. Just the deviation of your time through the game is going to be fucking horrible. Because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't even know what a man or a woman is. If you can't start with the basics that you learn when you're fucking 3, I don't know, maybe you learn that shit younger. Somebody tells me. You have kids or something? Let me know. You learn that shit before you can walk. In fact, you learn it when you're in the crib. You know the difference between daddy when he comes over and says, hey little guy, hey little girl, tucks into your crib, and mommy with her long beautiful hair, hopefully, right? I mean, kids these days might have moms with no hair, and maybe they have 8 moms. What are they doing in your schools? That's for a different video. Point is, these are basics. You learn them early. But Bethesda, EA, Ubisoft, they never learned these lessons, right? They just didn't. Bethesda stayed in their lane with Doom. Turned out fantastic. These other companies are still trying to brainwash people who play games. Brainwash men who play games. Because these people on Twitter with the colored hair, they're not gamers. They were never in our club. Never. They just whine because they're ugly and they don't like seeing pretty people in real life at the gym, on Instagram, or in video games. They don't want you to be happy. They're just fucking miserable. Can you be so miserable that you want everybody else miserable? The answer is yes. But can you believe that's the thing? Well, you should, because you see it every time one of them complains. Because they don't play games. They don't buy games. They don't support the games. They don't love the games. They don't have boxes and boxes of empty game cases behind them on a shelf somewhere with the disc nicely put away forever. Not as a collector's item, but as a memorabilia item. They don't have that. All they have are complaints. So when you look at Dragon Age, I've never been wrong about if a game is gonna, smash or pass, right? Ever. I tell you guys before they drop, you can show me the trailer and I know. I have a special way of knowing, but one of the telltale signs right out the gate is if they don't have genders in their game. That's fucking crazy. I'm not even gonna call it a game if they don't have genders in their propaganda. They want you to play their propaganda because it's not a game. We know what games are fun, okay? Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Street Fighter before it got a little woke, Mortal Kombat before it went retard woke. All these games, Star Fox, fucking cool.
Message from General Pepper. Priority 1. We need your help, Star Fox. Andros has declared war. He's invaded the Lilat system and is trying to take over Corneria. Our army alone can't do the job. Hurry, Star Fox.
Open the wing. Check your G-diffuser system.
Falco here. I'm fine.
This is Peppy. All systems go.
Flippy here. I'm okay.
I see him up ahead. Let's rock and roll.
GoldenEye 007, you know? All these fucking cool ass games, you know? Really cool games. Even the sequel to GoldenEye with the girl was an amazing game. I almost talked about what they're trying to do to that game now, but that's also for a different video. Have to stop because not too many things can flutter my heart just a little bit. Like seeing the destruction of the gaming community and as media as a whole. It hasn't really crept into anime, but best believe they're trying. But gaming in America is destroyed. And let's be honest, you helped. You bought the game just because you saw the title and the name and you're like, oh, well, I still want to play it. Who gives a fuck what you want to do? Take a stance, put your money back in your pocket. If they can't respect you as a man, if they can't respect your entire people, your entire type, if they can't respect your sister as a woman or your girlfriend, I mean, we're talking gaming community, so a lot of you don't have girlfriends, but you know what I mean. If they can't respect that, then don't give them your money. Why would you want to put your money in a gaming company that makes females that look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame? Why would you want to put your money in a gaming company that hates men, clearly, because they won't give you what you want and you're the one who buys the game? You and all your boys line up to buy Stellar Eve. That's you guys. Girls didn't buy that game, not because she's hot. They didn't buy it because they don't play games. They're not sitting down over a weekend to try to get a third of the way through the game. They're not setting away time on their calendar to line up and buy a game. You know, they're not doing that. They're not looking at midnight releases, checking at what time the game drops in their time zone. They're not doing that. It's men, you guys. So if the company can't respect you, don't give me your fucking money. Now, with that said, I just want to touch on one more thing. This isn't the end of it, right? But there's going to be a lot of franchises that probably go down, right? If the company has a U.S. flag by its location, it's going to be trash for a while. China's doing well. We saw that with Black Myth. Korea and other places are doing well. Stellar Eve. Japan still doing all right. But what you cannot count on is anything with the U.S. flag. And that goes for anything media related and a lot of products too. You gotta buy overseas if you want any good quality. And we saw that with cars when Honda was kicking the shit out of America, right? Now we're seeing it with the rest of the world. And that just is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and be making these videos as long as you're watching, as long as you're following, as long as you're showing me some support, right? Because these videos aren't free. I gotta get them edited. I gotta take time. I gotta shoot. I gotta research. I gotta see what the fuck I'm talking about, right? Show some love. Make sure you subscribe, even if you don't watch every single video, but you probably should, because I drop the fire and I talk about shit that your favorite YouTubers, if I'm not already it, don't talk about. Think about it. Who's talking about what I'm talking about? You gonna listen to Young Ye, his DEI self? Nah. Come here, enjoy the truth in a, unique kind of fashion. And when games drop that are badass, I talk about them too, because this is to help the community of men out there, which is, 50% of you guys, apparently. So, although everyone who watches my channel, I got like 100% men who watch, I want you guys to keep coming back, enjoy the content, and of course, show me some love. God Kinetic out. I'm going to see you in the next video.
Wait. About what?
You're serious? You don't know? Everybody knows you never go full retard.